A rare gathering of five navigators: Mao, his students, Nainoa Thompson, Shorty Bertleman, his son Cesario, and Chad Paishan. Nainoa flies in from Honolulu specifically for this reunion.
Lucky you make that, ain't it? You know, come way around, come down it. Yeah, come with us, bro. It was the other day, 1980, Oscars. Dr. Boom, how many times, ma? Almost 5 times, yeah? You had to go fix them. Splicing. We break them, you fix them. Miss those days. See you guys, man. Good to see you.
What's really interesting about that evening is that the room was really quiet, and as you sit there and you look and see, just actually bear witness to who is in the room. You got Nainoa, and you have Shorty, and you have Ma, and you have Cesario, and you have Chad, and kind of gives you chicken skin, you know, because you're sitting amongst all of these really humble beings. It's quite amazing. I observe silence in the room, and I think what's important about the silence is that there's an internal focus and a reverence and a humbleness about them because of the tasks that they need to accomplish to be sure and to ensure that the canoes and that the people that the canoe supports are going to be well cared for.
1980 we sailed together, yeah?
Yeah.
Us three. In 1985.
85,
Hawaii.
86, 87, I stayed in Port Page and the West Coast.
Right. You couldn't get the flight out yet?
Yeah.
Has it been a while since you've seen each other?
Yeah, our lives are changing, evolving, and different responsibilities. I guess the freedom to be, have choice of time is not as easy anymore. I think that the voyaging experiences tends to propel us into different leadership roles. Fortunately, because the canoes have been so inspirational. So time is not as easy. Just want to say it's been, the times that I've been able to sail with Mao, of course, but as well as Shorty. He's a quiet man. He's very humble. In my opinion, he's just one of the world's greatest navigators. It's always been an honor to be with him, as well as Mao. And so, those times that we've been able to spend at sea, probably the most privileged time that I've ever had. To be here tonight with everyone is a very important moment, very privileged moment. 3,000 years of tradition.
That many?
That's the guess when, if you accept science and accept tradition, and we sit at the edge of humankind's going to allow for this generation to continue or be the last. A lot of people who understood the world unlike any of us today. And that relationship is so important to, I think, our human survival. And we're at the edge between this tradition and extinction. Scary time. Man represents all of that.
You come to Hilo in this month, 24.
Yes.
Good. The speech I make is not only you guys, you Soldier, sister, for everybody.
That's good, man. Awesome. Hey, Jack, come on, mahalo. Special, man. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, wala, wala.
See you later.
I also try my best to learn as much as I need to. I'm not that good yet, but I'm still learning. Still a student, not a navigator yet.
As part of the Extravaganza Festival, which will host his tribute, Mao accepts an invitation to visit an observatory up Mauna Kea at almost 14,000 feet above sea level. The Extravaganza Festival will feature astronomers, scientists, and Mao's cultural studies of the sky.
Probably wants to see the telescope.
Yeah, we'll do that for it. Why don't we do the telescope first, and if you're up
And he
for it.
wants to see how you folks look at stars.
Sure.
Yeah, Papa.
Everything has to work together sort of in concert, and it's, you know, you could almost think of it as sort of a living, breathing entity in a sense. The feedback loops, everything's working off one another.
Actually, this is a styrofoam. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a young star, the bright guy there, with a ton of leftover gas and dust around it. And this image was made of 3 images taken in the near infrared. In the near infrared. So this bright star here looks very bright. You cannot see if you observe that wavelength that your eye can actually register.
Standing beneath the giant telescope, as Desmond Antone and reporter Bob Kraus ask questions, Mao fights to hide the sudden fear that comes upon him. He later reveals he heard the spirit on the mountain calling him to come die. The camera catches the terrifying fright which he tries to hide. He requests to leave soon after.
When I go up Mauna Kea, and my feeling is I a little bit feel scared because I'm thinking almost I see the spirit on the Mauna Kea when we go there by the house. Then I'm a little bit scared because I feel about the spirit on top of the mountain.
The following day, when Mao relates this story to Clay Bertelman, Clay explains that in the ancient days, the great navigators would go to the top of Mauna Kea, and instead of dying, they would ascend up to heaven, taken up by the spirit on the mountain. Mao's experience confirms 2 facts already known by the Hawaiian voyagers. The spiritual beliefs of the ancients were and are true, and in Hawaii, Mao is the one great navigator alive today.